you define life satisfaction?
Life satisfaction, I guess I could define it by, well, probably first your relationships with the people that you care about. And then if you're satisfied in your career and in terms of maybe your personal goals.
Overall, would you consider yourself satisfied or dissatisfied with your life?
I would say that I'm pretty satisfied with my life.
How far did you go in school?
I received my master's in college in theater arts back in, oh, I can't remember back that far, several years ago.
Are you satisfied with your education that you got?
I remember when I was in grad school that I actually wished that I'd had a better education. I think I was expecting it to be more rigorous or more challenging or something and felt a little bit dissatisfied with it at the time. In retrospect, it was probably fine, and I got what I actually needed out of grad school.
What did you want to be when you were growing
Actually, I guess I've sort of achieved what I wanted to be. When I was young, I was very into performing, theater, dance, musicals, things like that. And when I reached high school, I believe it was my freshman year, I decided that I wanted to do theater for a living and or performing entertainment, and wound up going into theater, dance, and wound up being a teacher. And there was a certain point when I knew that I really wanted to be an educator as opposed to a professional. So I guess I pretty much did what I wanted to do.
and what is your current job?
My current job is I am a professor of theater arts at a community college. And in that respect, I teach both theater and dance and movement based courses. That's what I do.
And how do you like it?
I love it, actually. I really like what I do. I like working with young people. I like letting young people discover their creative outlets and do more than they ever think they can. And the fact that they can use these kinds of skills in every facet of their lives. And I find that quite rewarding.
How is your social life?
Busy. My social life is busy. Between my family, my personal friends, my husband's friends, we have a very active social life. It seems like there's rarely a weekend that goes by that we're not doing something. We go to the theater. We have season tickets for two different venues. We have a cabin in Lake Arrowhead where we go to often. We have friends kind of all over. So it's actually quite active. And then we have professional events organizations, which we also do a lot of that. And we entertain quite a bit ourselves. So it's a very busy social life.
Um, how? What is your? Are you satisfied with your financial status in life? Your current financial
Am
status.
I satisfied with my financial status? Yes. Everybody could always be more satisfied with their financial status, but we're actually very comfortable. And, it's not really about your stuff or about your things, but financially we're not hurting. And we make a decent, a very good living in many respects. And I don't worry too much about it. Somehow things always seem to come our way.
And what is your current relationship status?
I've been married now for coming up to 27 years. And that's been a good marriage. It's like all marriages, it has its ups, its downs. But for the most part, I can say that we're pretty happy.
What is the ideal family?
An ideal family would be one that actually wants to see each other and who care about each other and put each other first and understand that family is important. Your friends will come and go. Some friends are going to be with you for a long time, but family really is forever. And I think it also has a great deal to do with respect for each other in your differences, in your likes, in your goals, and in giving each other the space to grow and become the best person that you can be.
And what is your current familial status? Do you have kids?
I have two children. They are young adults, 25, 23, my sons, and they're great. I couldn't be prouder of my boys. They're wonderful human beings, and that's probably the best thing about them, is that they're the kind of people that if they weren't my kids, I would be proud to know them and want to be a part of their lives. They're both talented, they're creative, they're smart, they're engaging, they're fun, they're funny. They're just terrific kids. They've never been in any trouble. They're finding their way into the world. So I have two great kids.
Have your religious views changed from your childhood to now?
Can you repeat that question?
Have your religious views,
re-
changed from your childhood to now?
Religious views, I think everybody's changes. You're sort of indoctrinated with what your parents give you in terms of religion. And I grew up with a smattering of this and a smattering of that. And frankly, I'm not really big on religion. And I kind of grew, we didn't go to church regularly, so that wasn't a big issue for me. And these days, I really don't like organized religion at all, although I do believe in God and consider myself to be a very moral, ethical person and to do the right kinds of things. But no, they've only changed slightly because I think I've always had the same kind of view about, I've never liked organized religion. I think the longer I've known it, the less I've liked it. So maybe not.
Do you have any major regrets from your past? Anything that you would do differently?
Well, that's it. The past and the choices that you make when you're young. And would you make those same choices now? No, I'm certain that there are things I wouldn't make at knowing what I know now. But regrets are different. Regrets are wasted time. If you regret all the poor choices that you made, then you're not doing other things. And even the poor choices have made me who I am today. And you learn through those choices. And I'm pretty happy with who I am today. So, no, not really.
If you had just 1 week left to live, what would you need to do in that week in order to be satisfied with your life before you died?
If I only had a week left to live, the one thing I would want to do is to make sure I spent time with the people that I love before I go so that I could say goodbye. And that would do it.